we'll see how to configure HTTP, DHCP, DNS and email services on a Cisco packet tracer. For that, first we have to calculate the calculations for with IPs. I am choosing a fourth subnet as my server side and a sixth subnet as my uh, client side. So for that, next I choose one server for configuration, and I choose two PCs, and then I choose router as 1941 and the switches as 2960, and make connection with it with the help of using wires. After that, we will configure first server, and then configure router, and then we will configure the PCs. So for that, now I enter the server configurations details in the notes. So for that, one 168 and 39.50 subnet 255.255.255.240 and gateway 192.168.39.49 DNS remains same, that is the whatever we given an IP, that is the DNS for our server 192.168.39.50. Yes. This is the server configuration details. Now we will add all the configurations for all the configurations in nodes for router and PCs. Now I added the configuration part for router. Now we will see the configuration for IP. So for that, first I close it, cancel. For that, now I click on server and I open IP configuration under the desktop. So I choose IP configuration and enter the IP details whatever mentioned, whatever I calculated. So 192.168 and 39.50. Next, the subnet is for 240, and then the gateway is 192.168.39.49. Next, the DNS. The DNS is also the same, that is a IP address 192.168 and 39.50. Yes, we successfully configured the server IP, and we will configure the HTTP, DNS, DHCP and email services. For HTTP services, I click on services, under services I choose HTTP and verify it once the HTTP and HTTPS is enabled, that is on state, and we can edit the index.html file also. In that, I enter my own HTML code, that is I will copy from here. So for in this HTML, I give it my own HTML code and I click on save. Yes, Next we done with HTTP. Next we will see the DHCP. So for DHCP, first we need to turn on the DHCP services. For that, click on, and we need to create a new DHCP service, that is with your own name. So I will give my pool name as client underscore POOL, client pool, and then the gateway is our client side, that is gateway is client side gateway, that is I choose my gateway as 81 192.168.39.81. DNS, enter the DNS whatever given in the server configuration, 192.168.39.50, and I choose my starting IP as 82, and now click on add. It will automatically calculate the number of users in the starting IP address. So next we will configure the DNS, that is under services, click on DNS, turn on the DNS services and enter the resource. Under resource records, enter your name, that is I enter my name as www.bharatkumar.com. yes, after that enter your DNS address here, 192.168.39.50. yes, now click on add. Yes, now we successfully added the DNS domain. After that configure the email service. For that, click on email under services and choose and verify the SMTP service and the POP3 service is enabled. After that, enter your domain name whatever you mentioned in DNS. So I mentioned my domain name as Bharat Kumar kumar.com, and click on set, and now enter your user address, username and password. Now I entered user 1 and the password as 1234. Next click on add. After that you have to create another user. I choose user 2 and I give my password as 1234. Likewise, you can create how many users you want. So I create one more user also, user 3 1234. yes, we will successfully configure the server side part. So now I close the server side and I open router configuration. So for that I click on router and select config. Under the in config, under the interface, select gigabit ethernet 0. So in that, for the router configuration, we can configure the router configuration in two ways, that is config panel, or you can configure the router interface through CLI. Now I am going to configure my router interface through CLI. For that I will open the configuration from the initial state. For that I entered exit. Now exit. Yes, now we will configure our router interface. For that we need to enter a command to enable our configuration. For to the command is type enter, type enable and hit enter. The enable command is to enable the terminal to privileged execution mode. So next we need to configure our terminal. For that, open the terminal in a global configuration mode. For that, enter command confi configure terminal. The terminal is opened in global configuration mode. Now we need to select the interface. For that, enter interface gigabit ethernet 0/0 and hit enter. Next, assign the IP address and the subnet for the interface, selected interface. For that, I enter IP space address space, enter your IP 192.168.39.81 and subnet 255.255.255.240. The gigabit ethernet 0/0 is for client side and 0/1 is for server side. So I enter my IP address range from client side. After entering the IP, now enter the no shutdown command to activate the interface. So I enter no shutdown. After that, enter exit command to exit from the global configuration. Then you can configure the interface. Then you can configure the interface gigabit 0/0. Now we will configure the gigabit ethernet 0/1. For that, select the gigabit interface. Select the interface as gigabit ethernet 0/1 and enter the IP address from server side range. That is, I enter my IP address as 49 and hit enter. Now we need to no shutdown command and exit command. Yes, we need to configure a DHCP in the server. So for that, I enter IP DHCP excluded hyphen address 192.168.39.49 and 192.168.39.50. After that, create a DHCP pool name. For that, I create IP DHCP POL This command is to exclude the IP address from exclude the gateway from the server side and our server DNS. And this command is for create a pool name, create a DHCP pool name, and this command is to assign IP address and subnet for our network. And the default router IP is this command is for set the default gateway for a DHCP. The DNS server command is for configure specifies the DNS server from IP address. So exit command is to exit from the global configuration mode, and the end command is to exit from the configuration mode. So we will successfully completed our configurations. So next we will move on to our PC configuration. In that I click on PC and choose desktop. Under desktop I choose IP configuration. In that I choose DHCP. Wait for a while. Yes, the DHCP request is successful. Now we will get the IP address, subnet, gateway, DNS from the server. So next we will configure the another PC also. Choose a DHCP. Yes, it also gets the successful DHCP request successful. So next we will test our configurations. For that, open web browser. In that, enter your domain name, that is www.bharatkumar.com. After that, click on go. It will take some time. Yeah, now you will get the output from the server, whatever HTML content you given in HTTP. So after that we will check the email services also. For that, click on email and enter your name. For I given my name. After that enter your email address, whatever configured in server. So I enter my username at bharatkumar.com. For server information, I enter your DNS. So I enter my DNS. So after that, I enter your username and password. I enter my username, user1 1234. I enter my password also. After that, click on save. Yes, after configuring the PC, click on receive. Yes, you will see the receive mail success message at the bottom left. Now you will configure the PC, second PC also. For that, enter your name. I enter my name as Kumar and email address as user2@bharatkumar.com and enter your DNS here 39.50. After that, enter your second user, that is user2, and the password is 1234. Save. Yes, you may see the success receive mail success message from the lower bottom. Now you can configure email to user1, that is I enter my username here, enter my mail ID here, user1 at bharatkumar.com. Enter a subject, this is an test email. After you may enter a subject, that is after entering the message, click on send. Yes, we will see the send message is successful. After sending, go to use PC1 and choose receive. Yes, we will see the we will receive message mail from PC2 to PC1, and that's it. We will done with the configurations of HTTP, DHCP, DNS and email in Cisco Packet Tracer. Yes, thank you, that's it.